So our next topic is variational autoencoders. As we have seen in the previous video, this is a generative model, or this can be used for generating realistic data, which looks like your input data. So variational autoencoders is trained in an unsupervised manner, like compression autoencoders. In a compression autoencoder, activations are mapped to activations throughout layers. But in a variational autoencoder, it uses a probabilistic approach for the forward pass. So the idea is same. You have input layer, you have coding layer or hidden layers, encoding part and decoding part. At the end of the encoding part, what you're going to get is a code, and you give input code to the decoding layers or decoding part. At the output, you will get the output at the output layer. Here the mappings are based on probability. Previously in a compression autoencoders, these mappings are direct or based on the activations. If this is activated, then that mapping. If this is activated, that mapping, and so on. But along with this activations, a probability or a chance is also analyzed, and based on that chance, this coding is developed. So that is what variational autoencoders. A variational autoencoder uses a probabilistic approach. They are also called probabilistic autoencoders. Their outputs are partially determined by chance. They are generative autoencoders, means that they can generate instances that looks like they were sampled from the training set. They perform variational Bayesian inference, which is an efficient way to perform approximate Bayesian inference. So variational Bayesian inference which is an efficient way to perform approximate Bayesian inference. So variational autoencoder model assumes that the data X is generated in two passes or two steps. The value Zi is generated from is obtained from a probability distribution Pz, which is a prior distribution. Once you have Pz, the instance is generated from using Pz in such a way that Xi is generated such a way that P of X given Z. So it's a conditional distribution. So you have a prior distribution, and the distribution of data is X based on the prior distribution, or it's a condition based on the prior distribution. But we don't actually know the values of Z, and inferring P of Z given X is generally intractable. So what we do is we let both the distribution Pz given X and X given Z to be approximated by the neural network. So you give values at the input layer, and the probability values will be approximated by the neural network. So P of X Z given X will be given by the encoder, and X given Z will be given by this. Z given X will be the approximation values obtained at the end of encoder, and X given Z will be given by the decoder. Variational autoencoders are used as a generative model, that is for generating synthetic or realistic data which looks like your input data. Variational autoencoders are can be used as used for semi-supervised learning of features also. For example, if you have a large amount of data which are unlabeled, and out of that some of the data are labeled, which is a more realistic scenario, then also we can use variational autoencoders. And this can be used for anomaly detection also. Since we use probabilistic approximation, uh, we can very well avoid some of the difficulties which are available with dense or stacked autoencoders. We will see an example based on variational autoencoders.